Tony, great to see you. What are you doing here?
I don't know what I'm doing here. To tell the truth, I came
Where
here to learn.
learn.
I'm here at Bethlehem. I'm here at the Intercontinental Hotel, living like a millionaire, talking about the poor and the oppressed. No, if you can't see the irony and the contradiction of that, you have a very limited mindset.
And you've been invited by
Bethlehem Bible College to talk about this whole mess of the way in which the Palestinian people are craving for justice. Not anything less, but justice.
In what way is it a mess?
Well, there's all kinds of injustices. They're worried that they don't have access to water rights.
Yeah.
The wall's been built, cutting off Palestinians from Palestinians and taking land away from the Palestinians. They don't have travel rights like Israeli citizens do. The settlements, of course, above all else. More and more settlements are being built on land. And the same UN resolution that created the state of Israel ceded certain land to the Palestinians. And, what seems to be going on is the Israelis say, well, the UN legitimates us, but it doesn't legitimate the Palestinians. Yeah. Well, you can't do it that way. That's
so what's wrong with the settlements and the wall and so on? Isn't it the security?
You're stealing land. I mean, let me put it this way. The Bible says, thou shalt not steal. You're stealing land. Do I have to be more specific?
So what do
you want me to say? Nice diplomatic words?
So what are the causes, would you say, of the conflict at the moment?
Well, I would have to say that, everybody blames the Jewish Zionists, and I don't think they're the problem.
Yeah.
I've talked to Jewish Zionists, and they are realistic. And they recognize that peace will never come to the Middle East unless there's reconciliation between Palestinians and Arabs in general and Jewish people. But Christian Zionists. I was talking to one guy on a radio show in New Zealand, and he said, well, Christ can't return until everybody who's non-Jewish is driven from the Holy Land. And I said, well, what if they don't want to go? And they don't. He said, well, they have to be forced to leave. I said, but what if they put up an opposition? And he said, straight face,
yeah,
then we'll have to kill them. I said, that's genocide. And he said, well, isn't that what happened when the Jews went into the Holy Land the first time?
Yeah.
So what's wrong with genocide the second time? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
This was a Christian man who was talking this way. That kind of talk.
Do you find that same kind of talk in the States?
Yeah, I do. I find it not as extreme as that.
Yeah.
We're a little more diplomatic than to say we want to kill them. But the idea is that we've all been caught up in this theology coming out of Schofield Bibles and Darby that suggests that Jesus can't return until the Jews are returned to the Promised Land. And I think the scholars have ascertained that that John Darby and the whole dispensationalist movement basically grew out of the fact that these people felt that the prophecies that were in the Old Testament, in the Hebrew Bible, about what God was promising to Israel had not been fulfilled. Therefore, before the Lord can return, these prophecies have to be fulfilled. And so that one avoids justice in the midst of all of this. That one thumbs his nose as justice. That in short, the fulfilling of somebody's interpretation of the second coming is more important than justice is an apparent concept in my thinking.
Yeah.
Okay?
What's your hope then for this conference?
That we do some new thinking and lay out some new proposals. As a matter of fact, I hope you're there tomorrow night, Tuesday night, because I'm going to lay out a proposal that many social, political scientists in the United States are working out. That's a win-win situation for both Palestinians and Jews, which is the kind of thing we have to move towards.
I'll be there if you're there tonight for With God on Our Side.
I am going to be there with God on our side because He is on my side. I don't know about you.
Thanks, Tony.